everyone. Today we're going to be showing you how to brush your dog or cat's teeth. This often sounds like a daunting task just because it's much more difficult to brush their teeth than it is to brush ours. But really there are some ways to make it much less stressful at home for both you and the pet. So we're going to kind of show you some easy ways to really make a big difference with taking care of their teeth at home. So first step is to get a toothbrush and some toothpaste. There's different types of toothbrushes you can use. This is just like a regular kid-sized toothbrush. There are some of them also that fit over the fingertip. Sometimes people prefer actually just taking a very small little like washcloth or some gauze squares to wrap around your finger to get that wiping action on the teeth. So whichever one works best for you, those are all good methods to use. You'll want to make sure that you're using a pet-approved toothpaste. So we want to make sure that there's nothing that has xylitol in it because that certainly can be toxic for them. Also, they typically prefer flavors like meat, poultry, beef, things like that, as opposed to mint that we usually go for. So same as with us, we're just going to put a little bit of that toothpaste on the toothbrush. Hi, Bubba. Now Norman's going to show his pearly whites. So a couple things to notice is that these upper canine teeth and these big chewing teeth back here are the ones that tend to develop the most calculus in both cats and dogs. And that's because there's a salivary duct that drains right in these areas. And that's why a lot of the tartar accumulation starts in those places. So if you're going to focus on any areas, I would go for here and on the top back here. Another thing to keep in mind is that we really only need to worry about these outside surfaces on a dog and cat's teeth. Whereas with people, we're always told that you want to get on the insides and you want to get on the top surface of the teeth. That's where we notice we're going to get a little bit more struggling with them. So if we really just focus on the outsides, it's going to make it a lot easier for everyone. So easiest thing is just to do a little bit of a back and forth action. And this is actually Norman's first time getting his teeth brushed, so he is doing a very good job. And again, just on both sides, the back and forth along that gum line and in the troublesome areas and on the bottom. Good job, Norm. And then especially in our smaller dogs, getting those front teeth makes a huge difference as well. So that's really it. I think a lot of the times, again, we're focused on doing more than we really need to. But if we're more consistent in just doing some of this basic cleaning, that is going to make such a huge difference for your dog, especially the smaller ones and cats. And then just to show if you did want to use like the finger method, I use this a lot for the smaller dogs too, where it's harder to get your teeth in all of their jowls. Just a good wipe along the teeth on both sides. And if you have to pick top or bottom, I'd go with the top. They tend to get more calculus buildup in the bottoms. And that's all you have to do. So Norman made that look really easy. Some pets tolerate it more than others, but hopefully if you kind of start working and just doing some basic cleaning at home, that'll keep your pet's teeth healthy for years to come.